All right, what's going on, y'all? I actually want to check in with y'all real quick. So, I'm sitting here and I'm editing this documentary, and I'm seeing progress on it. I'm actually kind of having a little bit of fun right now because I'm an editor. I just graduated with my film degree in editing, so right now I'm just really in my flow and trying to piece together a whole lot of footage. And I'm noticing I have to balance myself, right? Um, Take pauses, don't push myself. It's very easy, at least for artists, creatives, entrepreneurs, to want to go head first into our goals, go head first into our objectives when we have that big burst of inspiration. But what I've learned recently is that even though you have those big pools of inspiration or those big pools of just motivation, whatever you want to call it, right? That doesn't necessarily mean that you should be acting on every pool of inspiration, every pool of, motivation, because these are just emotions at the end of the day, right? So while you're operating through that high emotion, through that high energy, you may not be cautious of how much you're actually letting out, exerting, and just doing, which causes burnout, which causes instances where we can't think straight and, just things become 10 times harder than what they really need to be. So just knowing how to turn off, knowing how to just be like, I'm done, or at least not done, completely, but I'm done for now. I'm gonna go pivot. I'm gonna go do something else. I'm gonna go work out, eat, smoke, drink. Well, no, don't drink. I'm not gonna encourage you to do that. But just however you get off. You feel me? Go, go indulge in that a little bit. You know, and I've noticed too, especially with this piece in this documentary, at least. Truthfully speaking, this could have been done, right? Which is also showing me a thing about time management. Of course, once again, I was talking about time management in a couple of my other videos. Um, Actually getting out of your own way and applying yourself. Now, what I will add on top of that, right, is you have to remove things, right? The way that my focus and my energy aligned back onto this project and getting these things done so we get this pushed out, start the marketing and do all the other type of stuff, right, is because I slowed down. Like I mentioned a couple other a couple videos ago, um, I went all in. I stopped doing the Uber and all this other type of stuff unnecessarily. I'm just like, forget it. Let's figure it out, right? Went all in, and my time came back. I noticed I was still making money somehow. Like money was still just coming to me, flowing to me to pay for the things that needed to get paid for. Like things were just aligning, right? Like I remember, I paid all my bills like super duper early. That so I thought I forgot one bill, right? That I just overlooked because it's not on auto pay, or I think it is on auto pay, and that's the problem. Um, it was one of my gym memberships, right? I just overlooked it, and I paid all of my bills, right? So I didn't have no money left over. Like I did it on purpose. I'm like, okay, if I don't have any money because I didn't paid everything in advance, right? I didn't bought some time. I have no choice but to be at home and force myself how to make the money from home, right? And in the process of doing that, my creativity came back, my ideas came back, my clarity came back, and the avenues in which that was possible started to show itself. It was like, oh, I could have been doing this. Oh, stop doing that. Oh, remove this. Because my energy was just too scattered. And, I know people be like, oh, you can always have a job and be an entrepreneur, be a creative, yada, yada, yada. I beg to differ. At a certain point, you're gonna have to go all in, and it may not be when you think you're ready, right? You going all in before you think you're ready may what actually gets you to a point where you feel like you're ready, right? Now, granted, everybody has their own forte, their own ways that they navigate their energy and stuff like that, right? But even my grandfather says you don't have time to get rich while you have a job. They take the most important hours of your day. You know how much energy you exert just having to do something for 4 to 8 hours straight, whether you feel like it's an easy job or not, just having to put yourself and stay somewhere that you probably wouldn't have chose to be there if it wasn't for the factor of the job and the payment. You would be doing something else, right? Um, and when I started doing something else, bro, everything just started aligning. It's like I'm wasting time. I could have been did this. I could have been knocked this out, but I was operating out of fear. Um, that fear headspace is like some real shit. It's a real thing because It blocks your blessings without you even realizing it's getting blocked because you're blocking it, right? You'll start doing things to prevent an outcome that was never going to happen. That's the almost the essence of fear in a way. The way that you envisioned this playing out, life playing out, probably isn't going to play out in the facet that you see it, right? So that goes for the good and the bad, right? Now the good, right? We can manifest. You might get very close, but how things unfold, you have no idea, right? So even when you're thinking about the bad outcomes, chances are you're not seeing it correctly. You don't know what's actually about to happen when you do that until you do it, right? And yeah, you know, it's just this whole big self improvement thing, like I say in all of my videos, you guys. Self awareness, self improvement, self care, self love. All of those things are very, 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 very important. Um, because when you're setting goals, but you're not taking care of yourself, your your goals are gonna fall through. I'm just being honest with you because you're not gonna think straight. You know, confidence and self esteem and just self belief, faith are real things that you need to implement into your life. And when you're operating from a low frequency or energy of survival, I need to do this because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, yeah, yeah, yeah. Then you need to start switching the energy. And I'm not telling you to just hardball quit your job either, or anything like that. Because even with me, I wasn't able to just do that. There were so many times I said I was gonna stop, got back into it, stopped, got back into it, stopped, got back into it. Lord knows I may get back into it because of my fear factors, but we're hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping that, we actually do stay strong. But it's real life. You feel me? Every single time I went all in and I was like, the bill gonna get paid. I got it. The bill has always been gotten paid. But the moment I started doubting myself and I started being insecure, I started just worrying, all this other type of stuff, the bill didn't get paid. Well, actually, the bill did get paid, but it wasn't in the facet that I wanted it to, right? Because I try to align the channels in which I make money. I have this firm saying that everybody makes money, right? Everybody has some type of currency, whether it's the person on the sidewalk with a penny to their name or the person in the penthouses with millions and millions and trillions and whatever the case may be, right? Everybody, like life has become about the exchange of currency, and whether you're asking for it or not, you're going to run across a currency exchange at some point in your life, whether it's just you picking it up off the floor out of curiosity, right? Money flows to you. Now, the objective or the goal is to be channeling which ways you want that money to flow to you, right? So if you're doing nothing but being creative and sharing that creativity with the world, God has no other avenue but to funnel that but to funnel that money through the creativity, because that's the only thing that you're indulging in. But if at any given moment you say, okay, well, I want to indulge in this space, in this job, now you've allowed God to funnel money through that. But you got to remember there's only so much money that's going to funnel through each of these channels, right? So imagine there's like 10 channels, right? Each one has a different number or a different monetary value attached to it. This one is $15 an hour. This one is 50. This one's 25. I don't know. This one right here is the meal ticket. This one's just like whatever the fuck you do, there's infinite amounts because you don't know what is going to grow. So you're an entrepreneur, creative business owner. I don't know, right? And then all of these are just random numbers, right? If you choose to do, let's say, this one, the $15 an hour one, that's the only avenue that God is going to allow it to flow through. Now, at some point, if you choose, let's say, the $15 an hour one and the $1 million one, what's going to happen is it's going to cause friction, right? Because the amount of energy and the amount of focus it takes to bring this down is going to slow down the process, and you're going to start banking more on this one because it seems more stable, it seems more fluent, when that's really not the case. You just didn't actually apply enough energy into the $1 million one to actually allow it to flow through, because God was going to allow it to flow through anyways. So whatever you do, like let's say this one is like I don't know, a hairstylist, right? Hair, you can do that, right? If that's what your God given channel is. And I feel like that's another thing I need to say too. Take the monetary value off of it. Take Put purpose behind it, rather. You could be, let's look at my thing: photographer, editor, business owner, writer, I don't damn fucking know, director, let's see, other people, hairstylists, models, singers, dancers, whatever the case may be, right? If one of these channels, let's say this one right here, is your most truest channel, right? Your number one. This is what's honestly what you're meant to do in life. And there's all these other ones surrounding it. If you choose this one, if this one is only representing, let's say, 20% of your life purpose, 20% of your mission, you're going to be getting 20% of what you actually are supposed to be getting out of life, right? Now, if you go and settle for some real crappy job and it's only representing like 1% of what you're capable of, you're only going to get 1% of that big ass pot that's above it. It's not until you do the thing that's closer to the 100% embodiment of what you're supposed to do that you're going to have the space in the room for that 100% of income to flow to you too. I know this probably sounds a little crazy. I probably sounds like I'm yapping. It was 111 or 11:11 as like I finished saying that, but I swear to God, none of this is planned. But it might sound crazy just saying this and like iterating it, but I'm just trying to like put it in a physical form and putting in words for you guys where whatever you do, that's what you're going to get paid to do. It's so simple. If you sit in it, if you dedicate and you get aggressive, you share, there's always some type of money that's going to be able to come to you, right? You just got to go all in, right? Utilize your time, be smart with your time, utilize people, collaborate. Oh my God, collaborations is huge. Don't collaborate with just anybody. Let me just say that shit too. Don't collaborate with anybody. But when you find like-minded individuals, collaborate with them, like true like-minded individuals. Collaborate with them. Um, and yeah, man, I think that's enough rambling. I need to get back into this editing. I probably need to make some TikToks and stuff like that before I get into editing. But yeah, man, I'm gonna catch y'all later in the next video and all that. I love y'all.